This video is going to be demonstrating how to fix sticky keys if the problem with the sticking keys is that the key slip is too tight. Okay, so sometimes you'll have keys that will stick because this board right here that sits right in front of the keys is too close to the fronts of the keys, so that when you push down the key, it won't come back up because of the key slip rubbing against the front of the key. So that's one of the easiest things to fix on a sticking key. The first thing you're going to need to do is take this key slip off, because we're going to have to shim the key slip so that it comes out just a little bit further away from the keys. You don't need a lot of space, but just enough so that it doesn't bind on the keys when the keys go down. Most of these key slips, there's screws, either 4 or 5 or maybe 3 screws that are screwed in from underneath, which was the case in this one. So if you just rub your hand along here, you'll be able to feel if there was screws. Okay, so now I've taken the screws out. Once you've taken the screws out, the key slip should just slip right off. On some grands, they don't have the screws. It's just held on by brackets on the end, and you can just slip it right up off those brackets. Okay, now in some pianos, including this one, it has adjusting screws that would makes it really simple to shim the key slip out. If this has screws, now this one has 3 screws for different sections. Say if it's sticking here in the middle, and you just have to adjust the one in the middle, you can turn that, and by turning it out, okay, that will pull the head of the screw so it's further out, which will essentially push the key slip out just a slight amount so that it's further away from the keys so that they won't bind. This one has 3 screws. There actually were 5. Here's a screw hole here and a screw hole down here that had screws in them, but that's really not an issue in this one. But if it doesn't have adjusting screws like this one does, you can put a short screw in. Don't make it too long, because it has to be mostly in, and most of the time the key bed comes all the way out to the fronts of the keys. So this one's set in a little bit further, just based on the design of this piano. But if you don't have adjusting screws and you don't want to put adjusting screws in, you can use a little shim. So either thin cardboard stock or thick paper, and you can sometimes, if one thickness isn't enough, you can fold it over. A lot of times if I'm tuning and it's an issue, I don't have something, I'll just take a business card, fold it in half, put a little piece of tape to attach it to where it's sticking, and you want to put that right where stick it to the key bed right where where the keys are sticking, so that'll push out that part. And sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 thicknesses of a business card, just depending on how bad the problem is. But once you stick that on there, stick the key bed, or the key slip back on. It should shim it out enough so that you won't have the sticking keys. Okay, so that's but first of all, you want to determine if that is the problem. So just check and see if your sticking key is because the key slip is rubbing up right against it. That you'll know that that's the easy fix for that problem. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact us. Our website is howardpianoindustries.com.